What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the AI Marketing Navigator. This is your daily compass in the ever-evolving world of AI marketing. Today, I have an update for you regarding Luma AI, which is the company behind a tool called Dream Machine, a generative AI video tool that we have demoed previously on the show. And they have released a new update to their tool that features new keyframe capabilities and keyframe functionality. So, first off, what are keyframes and what are keyframes in the context of AI generated video? You can kind of think of them as like the bookends to your visual, the visual story you're trying to tell with your video. They're the specific points in represented by images. They're essentially two images that are going to define the starting and end points of this transition that's going to be represented in video. And the AI is going to work its magic through a process called interpolation, which is basically the AI-powered process of calculating or generating the multiple images or keyframes between your two images, creating kind of a smooth visual journey from point A to point B. So it's relatively simple to just use the tool. We're going to go through the example on lumaai.com. They go through some steps in their article and break down how it's done. But essentially, you upload your two images, your start and end points. You can add some text instructions, obviously, and prompt the AI with the details of the transition and the result that you want. And that interpolation process happens and takes place, creating that sequence between these 2 points. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and kind of we'll look through some of the examples on the Luma website. So just one moment. So here we are looking at their website, and the first video that they give here is just kind of a demo of what the keyframes accomplish. And they say, quote unquote, the start and end keyframes give you narrative control while the text instructions guide the journey. You can change lighting and seasons, control perspective, morph subjects, and create impossible transitions. And for those not watching at home, they essentially take a tornado and they form it into a ballerina in this little 5-second clip that we just watched in the video. It's a really cool effect and very smooth, definitely impressive. And no doubt a creative marketer could come up with quite a few possible uses for it. And we'll go through some of those later on in the episode as well. Going on in their demos, they have another really cool video here of kind of like a fantasy looking character transitioning from one fantasy version to another. Again, just a quick demo here for those watching on video in this 5-second clip. It's a really cool effect, obviously, and there's a lot of different uses for it. They have some more demos. An astronaut going from underwater to outer space is also included here, and that's a really cool effect. So definitely check out this article that I will be sharing in the show notes. Okay, so now why is this a big deal for marketers or content creators? It's all about just a new level of creativity control, obviously. With these keyframes, you're not just we're done generating random videos, or you could be done generating random videos, which is a lot of what I do right now with some of these generative AI tools. Instead, you can start actually having more of a narrative or crafting a journey with your videos that can be really a story told in as short as 5 seconds. Think about implementations or tactics like product showcases, where you can morph your product from like a rough sketch or an early prototype of the project to or a product to a finished version or a more polished version in just a few seconds. You can showcase new makeup or skincare products or the effect, the desired effect of those skincare products maybe over time. It would be one possible example. It's really it should enable more brand storytelling. You want to show, for instance, maybe how your company has evolved over the years, or bring your brand values to life visually. This is a great way to do that creatively. And again, uh, people are all about short form content right now. So if you can somehow try and transmit your brand message or your brand voice through short form videos, I think it would be a very effective way to do that. And I think I'm going to try and incorporate some of that in my social media publishing in the near future here. The possibilities are really pretty endless, especially when it comes to social media content and repurposing of content and publication. This is a really creative, quick way to get some video out there. Of course, always be careful with copyright images and stuff like that. Only use this in a format that you're comfortable with. And definitely doesn't constitute any legal advice, people. We are not about that on this show. Just be aware of the ongoing legal pitfalls with AI generated content. This also would provide some great website enhancements. I'm going to try and incorporate some creative ways to enhance my website with some video content, maybe some hero sections that have some really cool transitions or effects. Look for that on the Digital Pop website in the next couple of days, trying to hold myself accountable here with a few goals. Imagine landing pages with a little bit more, like I said, a little bit of more subtlety within morphing headers or morphing product images. Imagine a product image that goes through some sort of transformation process on the e-commerce page. It's really about just creating these eye-catching or eye-popping wow moments that are going to keep visitors engaged on your site and hopefully bring them back and repeat visits and drive up that search engine relevance and behavior for your brand and for your website. This also provides a bunch of interesting opportunities for educational content. You can break down super complex ideas into simple to digest, easy visual sequences and try to make them more digestible. Whether you're explaining like a scientific concept for a science class, or a healthcare concept, or just walking through a recipe for cooking your favorite recipe of cookies or whatever it might be at home, then these transitions are definitely an option for making that content much more engaging, easier to understand, and relatable. Just a few things to keep in mind as you're going through this: experiment, experiment, experiment. Again, as always, the more you prod and push these AI tools, the more you play with these tools, the better you're going to get at creating exactly what you want, and the better the model is going to get at creating the outputs you want. That's definitely going to be the key. Definitely be clear in your prompts, be clear in your instructions, try and add as much instruction as possible. The AI is smart, quote unquote, but just smart enough to be dangerous, really. And it's not a mind reader. It can't exactly picture what you have in mind. It's very unlikely that it'll get it on the first try. So I try and give myself a minimum of 4 or 5 drafts when I'm generating some sort of AI content or AI enhanced content. And the clearer you are, the better your results are going to be. Again, always review before you publish. You'd hate to have something unexpected pop up in one of these keyframes that doesn't reflect your brand or is inappropriate or something like that. Again, the technology is awesome and can be used creatively, but it's far from perfect. Make sure that final product aligns with your brand and aligns with your message always. And whether you're proofreading copy or you're creating these wild videos, you're going to want to check every creative aspect of them. And as always, try and think about how this fits into your overall strategy. A cool tool is a cool tool, but it should also be done with an intention and a purpose, and it shouldn't necessarily replace any of your existing proven or the marketing efforts that you have you feel comfortable in and that are working for your business. Okay, as we wrap up, I would be interested to hear any creative ideas on how you would use these AI generated keyframe videos for your brand or your brand story. Mention in the comments or hit me up on any of the socials in the linked in the show notes. And I'd be very interested to see what you guys come up with. Remember, in the world of AI and marketing, the only limit is your imagination. So go out there, experiment with these new tools, create something amazing, and show me what you're able to come up with. Okay, that does it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the show or found it useful in any way, please do me a favor and follow on Spotify or subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. A review on top of that would be even more appreciated and so super helpful to the show. So until next time, as always, thanks for joining me, and remember to stay curious, stay consistent, and keep navigating forward. Bye.